Man, do I love the smell of crypto in the morning. Bitcoin's back over 50,000. We got 19 bills that have been introduced to Congress for crypto and so much more. And by the way, the SEC doesn't just say that XRP sales were securities. They say XRP is in fact a security. And we're going to get into it. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. It is $2.164 trillion cryptocurrency market cap. Before we get out of here today, we're going to look at some information from CoinsKid, who is talking about the overall cryptocurrency market cap. And that is something I always announce every morning, and I think it's a very, very important number to watch. We're up 2.83% on the crypto market cap this morning. August 23rd, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. 50,000 plus for Bitcoin now. That's a big psychological price point, everybody. Some people taking profits, but a lot of people buying because it's up 2.77% this morning. And you're going to like what we get into today, I think. Ethereum 3,300 plus. Cardano is screaming up over 8% at $2.82. And XRP at $1.28 this morning, and it's trying to climb out of bed at 3.26%. Let's look at the price range right now for it. 1.2777, and we are seeing the low side of the XRP price range at $1.18, and the upper end is at $1.30 already. So we'll keep an eye on that. Remember, 140 to 145, somewhere in there. That price point, we get above that and ranging above $1.40 in that area there. And I tell you what, I think it's on and upward according to the technical analysts. Let's get into the news here. China bans hydro stations from supply cryptocurrency mining companies. This is Hall of Famer Michael bringing this to us this morning. As always, we credit the people we get our information from, and we're very grateful for them. So looking at this, people say, hey, wait a minute, why are they, banning hydro stations for supplying cryptocurrency mining? Why are they banning miners and kicking them out of the country when they allowed it for so long? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the digital yuan is getting closer and closer to just being launched and active everywhere instead of just piloted in subways, piloted in just a few regions around the country. It is about to be full on with the digital yuan, and China doesn't want any competition anywhere near it. That's what's going on. Looking right here, PayPal is to offer PayPal UK users the ability to buy, sell, and hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash in the payment giant's first expansion of its crypto service outside the U.S. Well, listen, it just keeps getting bigger. I'm loving it. This is the fundamental news I want to see. Now, take a look at this here because this is Deloitte, one of the big top 4 consultant accounting firms, says that crypto and other digital assets will replace fiat within 10 years. Now, that is an aggressive statement right there. Looking right here, we see, and I'm going to go down to bullet points here, the majority of financial professionals think that blockchain has the potential in their businesses, and it really does. We all know this. 81% of respondents agreed that the technology is broadly scalable and has achieved mainstream adoption. Now, that is a large number, 81%. 73% thought their business should adopt blockchain and digital assets and would lose a competitive advantage if they did not adopt technology. This is all going somewhere now. 65% of financial professionals considered existing financial infrastructures among the biggest obstacles to accepting digital assets. 63% thought cybersecurity is another barrier, and 60% saw regulatory obstacles. Well, I think that number should be higher, right? 43% of those surveyed for their business may eventually adopt cryptocurrencies as a payment option, and 45% would tokenize their assets. 44% said crypto would allow their institutions to access decentralized finance. Now, listen, all of this to say that it is obvious that the end road is blockchain and crypto. Again, I've said this a lot on the channel. I'm going to say it again. Replace crypto and blockchain with payment networks, new payment protocols, new payment networks. That's what we're talking about here. And everyone realizes that they would lose a competitive advantage if they did not adopt the technology. 73% said that. Now, listen, when you get that kind of momentum, understanding the first mover advantage here, you are going to see something happen. And when it does, it is going to be massive. And to that point, PNC, the first RippleNet customer for U.S. banks, right? PNC partnered with Coinbase. I threw this up yesterday and said, just in case anybody forgot, PNC partnered with Coinbase. And let us not forget Coinbase is partnered with Fidelity. Are those names big enough for you? The fourth or fifth largest bank in the United States partnered with Coinbase. Why do you suppose they did that? I'm sure it's just so they could offer everyone fiat dollars, right? Here we see another big position shift, right? Which is Coinbase says USD coin reserves to be held in cash and short-term treasuries from September. Now listen, again, the on and off ramps to the digital world. I just went over news reminding everybody of what? A major bank is partnered with Coinbase that is obviously to provide crypto to its clients. And what are they going to do? They're going to also tie in the use of USD coin because we know there's been so much bad press around the idea of USD Tether, right? And we know Jeremy Allaire and Circle have worked very hard to make USD coin exactly what it is today. Really position itself to serve as a private stablecoin that could work as a U.S. digital dollar for retail use. Don't believe it. It's still true. They're setting everything up. That's the point. That's what we're seeing here, right? They're getting ready to provide it to their clients. They're going to use Coinbase. Coinbase says, you know what? We got the on and off ramps into this world. We got a legitimate private stable coin for all your customers to use. And it'll be backed by cash and treasury bonds. Come on in. Look right here. It's a reminder of, we all know this, but just stay with me here because we know that when Gary Gensler came in and it was announced he was going to move in, his mantra from the moment he's got in has been two key points. What is it? Investor protection and tightening down on exchanges. That's number one. You're going to get these exchanges straightened out because a lot of these exchanges don't have the same level of regulation that we see mirrored in the conventional markets. Now, number two is the next, what I believe, the next ICO moment to happen in this digital asset space, which will be dealing with DeFi. Looking here, this is Coinbase Global Tax Vice President has slammed Congress for the controversial crypto tax provisions rushed into the infrastructure bill, warning the bill could impact 60 million Americans, each one of us, right? That's what we're talking about here. Now, when you think of this, this is all coming to a head here. Government is acknowledging that crypto is what? A part of the new infrastructure of the world, as well as the United States. The infrastructure bills are always for updating roads, schools, bridges, things of that nature. Now it includes cryptocurrency because they recognize what? They recognize the market manipulation for which they blamed on retail investors and Wall Street bets. Remember that? GameStop? They recognize the antiquated vulnerability of the oil pipeline cyber attack. They recognize the largest meat producer that was cyber attacked. They recognize one of the largest IT companies that represented 10 or 11,000 businesses that was cyber attacked. The narrative is clear. There's no retreating from the fact that these new cryptocurrencies or payment protocols are the way to go because they're blockchain based, right? and their immutable ledgers. That's where we're going, and this is what we're talking about, and that's why the language is so very important. And by the way, looking at this, the United States Congress appears to be pushing greater regulatory clarity regarding crypto assets, having proposed 18 bills, I thought it was 19, 18 bills concerning blockchain and cryptocurrency during this year so far. It is clear to me that this can no longer be swept under the rug. I want you to start thinking about the idea that they actually get this straightened out. Will all the language be what we want? I'm certain it won't be. But will it be what we need to not stifle innovation and allow the technologies and these new payment protocols to get out here and get practical application? You better believe it, they're going to do it. Because they've had too many attacks. They've had too many attacks that they are now carrying the narrative for, to recognize that the old infrastructure is antiquated and vulnerable. There's no turning back from getting this done. I can tell you that. Looking right here, this is the one and only John Deaton. Shout out to Bruce Swan right here. We're going to listen to what he says, because you know what? The SEC has said that, Ripple has sold unregistered securities with XRP from the last 7 or 8 years. However, look at the language that John Deaton points out here about it is not just that they are saying. They are also explicitly saying that XRP, the asset in their eyes, is in fact a security as well as the sales. Listen here.
Attorneys keep saying to the judge, well, it's so different than Bitcoin or Ethereum because Ripple pre-mined their coins. And the SEC acts like they just learned that they just learned the Ripple story. And we know that they were working closely with FinCEN and that they were privy to the document that I'm showing you today. Now, the last thing I want to show you about this is attachment B, of the settlement agreement between Ripple and the United States government. And when you go to the first page of attachment B, called Remedial Framework, it states in paragraph 2, subsection A, look at that. Any sale or transaction of XRP by Ripple Labs or any subsidiaries shall be conducted only through an entity registered with FinCEN. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a lawyer, and I can tell you right from the beginning of law school, you learn these words called shall, only, that they have very, very significant legal meaning. And this agreement is basically telling Ripple that if it's going to continue to sell XRP, that it must be registered through only FinCEN, not the SEC. Doesn't say register with the SEC and register with FinCEN. It says shall only be through FinCEN. Remember that phrase?
And there you have it. And shout out to John Deaton. This guy is really a hero in this space. There's no question about it. Now, to that point, I want to tell you right now that, the reason I actually showed you the PNC partner with Coinbase news is because Coinbase is also registered as a money service business with, wait for it, FinCEN. So to John Deaton's point, there is no reason that Coinbase shouldn't be allowed to offer XRP to everyone who wants to buy, sell, and hold and trade it. That's where we're at on that. Now, before we get out of here, I also want to show you this, so don't go nowhere yet. Because right here, any person who controls a money service business authorized agent in the United States is responsible for registering an MSB with the FinCEN And it goes through here, and I had this here, where any person offering check cashing or foreign currency exchange services, so you understand that's why they would need to be registered. And by the way, not only that, but to John Deaton's point, this is the settlement agreement with Ripple and FinCEN and the U.S. Department of Justice here, acknowledging that they are in fact registered with FinCEN as well under XRP2 LLC. How about that? What gives, ladies and gentlemen? Right? What gives? You know, you have to wonder, is this all theater? Right? Is this all theater? Did they put XRP and Ripple in a lawsuit to basically put it in a bullpen to begin to pivot away from retail offering? Or is it that we may get classification and legislation that classifies these digital currencies broadly? And when we do, will that classification set the market free for innovation to run? I believe if they get it right, that's exactly what will happen. And if that is the case, maybe we see price discovery run on some of these assets and these classifications. And if we see price discovery run on these classifications because this is a utility token, this is a this is a that, right? And if we see that, we could have actual real price discovery on an asset knowing exactly what it is. Because as Dave Valier's Cryptopolis, shout out to you, my friend, had said on this program a couple years ago, you can't legislate what you haven't defined. Now, that's the road we're at, and that's the place we're at, and I see all of this coming together, and so do the technical analysts. They say you should be very excited. This was from yesterday afternoon, and we went down a little bit in price, but it seems to be that we may be breaking out of this actual flag right here that was shown to us. So we'll keep an eye on it for today. And a little fun fact from Crypto Bull 2020, and we're about to hear from CoinsKid about the market cap and what it could mean. If Bitcoin repeats the exact time frame and percentage gains from 2014 after the correction, we would see a price of around $400,000 for Bitcoin by the end of October. What do you think about that? Damn. Now listen to this. This is CoinsKid. This is not XRP chart. He is talking about the total market cap for cryptocurrency. And this is why I talk about it's 2.1 today. We're inching ever so closely back to that previous all-time high and what it may mean if we hit some of these targets and beyond. Listen here.
You know, a level of caution, basically. The video that I made recently was really warmly received, and I got loads of really nice comments on there, and people said, can you keep us updated with that? And I will do. Okay, so the primary message here is support, resistance. Really is that simple. Okay, really is that simple. Lose support, bear market, break resistance, continuation of the bull market. You're looking at Bitcoin going up to, you know, wherever it goes to. If it gets to the 2.272, you're looking at a 200k Bitcoin. You know, if it gets to the 1618, you're potentially looking at 100k Bitcoin. If it gets to this one, you're looking at 150k Bitcoin. God knows, who knows, okay? No one knows. But as long as we keep adhering to structure and breaking resistance and backtesting that support, you're looking at continuation, okay? So
that is remarkable to me. Very simple. Again, this is not XRP or BTC. This is the cryptocurrency market cap chart. You can see where we hit that peak right back there and then came and pulled back. And now we're going up and test a very, very serious line here. And if we break through that, Bitcoin, they say, is headed to 100,000 plus. What do you think about that? Not financial advice from me or anybody else on this channel, but I'll tell you this, I'm excited about where things are going, even as unclear and as ambiguous as things are, and the melees in Congress and everything else that go with it, and some other words that rhyme with gymnasium. But I'll tell you what, this is exciting to watch, and I couldn't be happier being here and witnessing it and being on this journey together. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Ripple's going to be back on the board on Link2, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff on Link2, as well as Link2 shares as well. So make sure you check it out, linqto.com, link2.com. Don't mess around. It'll be gone in minutes. I'll catch all of you on the next one.